Good morning everyone. Welcome back to the class of mathematics. Hope you all are safe at your home and doing your work regularly. So this video is for the students of class 7 and today I am going to discuss summary of chapter 13 exponents and powers. So in previous lecture we have completed the chapter. So today in summary lecture I will discuss, first I will explain you the summary in brief, then I will discuss two important concepts, although they are not in NCERT but they are important to learn. Okay, then I will assign you the assignment 1. I will assign you the questions of assignment 1. So let us start with the summary of the chapter. In summary, I have written important points and one by one I will explain them. First point we have is exponents are used to express large numbers in shorter form to make them easy to read, understand, compare and operate upon. Operate upon means we can do any operation easily, multiplication, addition, subtraction. Okay. Now exponents are used to express large numbers in shorter form. Suppose we have to express large number, huge number. In that case, we have to use exponents to make them easy to read, understand and compare and operate upon. So this is application of exponent, that wherever we have to use large number, in that case I will use exponent to express that number in shorter form. Okay. Now come to second point. Second point we are having is exponential numbers can be expressed in the form. So exponential means repeated multiplication of any number. Okay. So that number can be expressed in this form, a raised to the power m. How you will read this number? This is a raised to the power m, or you can say a to the power m or a to the mth power, where a is the number which is being multiplied, that is known as base, and this is known as exponent or power or index. Okay, so let us understand this with an example. I have taken this exponential number. This is 5 raised to the power 3, or you can read it as 5 to the power 3. So what does it mean? It means 5 is multiplied 3 times, as it is the repeated multiplication of a number. Here the repeated multiplication of 5 is there. So, and how many times it is multiplied? 3 times. So I will denote it as 5 raised to the power 3, which means 5 into 5 into 5. So that is 5 into 5 is 25 and 25 into 5 is 125. So this is exponential number. This is base and this is exponent. Now come to the third point. If I am taking any general number, any random number, a into a into a into a. Here a is multiplied 4 times. So in exponential form, this expression can be represented as a raised to the power 4. How you will read it? This is read it as a raised to the exponent 4, a raised to the power 4, or the fourth power of a. Okay. Here I have multiplied a 4 times. So the number which is being multiplied, that is always base, and the number of times the base is multiplied, that is its power. Okay. So where a is the base and 4 is the exponent, I have taken this number. So a is known as base and 4 is the exponent, or you can say power. And this number, this exponential, is this a raised to the power 4 is called the exponential form. Okay, this form is known as exponential form, and a into a into a into a. If I am writing this in repeated multiplication, then that is its expanded form. Okay, now let us discuss next point, that is for any known integer, any non-zero integers a and b. What are integers? This we have learned in chapter number 1. All the negative, 0 and positive numbers, they are known as integers, and integer does not include decimal and fractions. Okay. So for your level, as per your level, A and B, we are considering them integers, but they may be rational number also, and they may be any real number. But for 7th level, we are taking A and B as integers, and whole numbers m and n, we are taking these powers as whole numbers. So first law we have is a raised to the power m into a raised to the power n, that can be written as a raised to the power m plus n. It means whenever you are multiplying two exponential numbers having same base, then the powers get added. Okay, second one is whenever you are dividing two exponential numbers having same base and powers may be different and may be same also, in that case powers get subtracted. That is a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n, that can be written as a raised to the power m minus n. Here we are dividing two exponential numbers having same base. Okay, then the powers get subtracted. Third one we are having is a raised to the power m whole raised to the power n. It means power to the power, then powers get multiplied. Mn means m into n. Okay, whenever we have a number raised to the power and to the power, then the powers get multiplied. Fourth we have is a raised to the power m into b raised to the power m, that can be written as a into b. This is a into b whole raised to the power m. It means if you are multiplying two exponential numbers having different bases and same power, then this expression can be written as a into b whole raised to the power m. Same for fifth, only the difference is in the sign. If you are dividing any two exponential number having different bases and same power, then this expression can be written as in this form: a raised to the power m divided by b raised to the power m, or this can be written as a raised to the power m divided by b raised to the power m. Two exponential numbers we are dividing different bases and same power, then this can be written as a by b raised to the power m. Second law, that is the last one, a raised to the power 0 means any number raised to the power 0 is always 1. Okay, now I have added two important points that you must know. Seventh is minus 1 raised to the power even number is 1. Minus 1 raised to the power even number is always 1. So let us understand this. Minus 1 raised to the power even number is always 1. Okay, even number means the numbers which are divisible by 2. So let us take the very first even number, minus 1 raised to the power 2. What this mean? It means minus 1 is multiplied 2 times. So let us multiply. So it will be plus 1. Now let us take for next even number, that is 4. Minus 1 is multiplied 4 times. So it will be minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. In chapter 1, we have learned that whenever we are multiplying even number of negative signs, even number means here it is 1, 2, 3, 4. We are multiplying even number of negative sign, then the result is positive. And then we have to multiply the numerical value. 1 into 1 is 1, then again 1 and 1. So it will be plus 1. Okay, whenever you are multiplying one negative and one positive integer, the result is always negative. Whenever you are multiplying even number of negative integers or negative numbers, then the result is a positive number. And whenever you are multiplying odd negative integer, then the result is negative. Okay, so it means minus 1 raised to the power any even number, that is always 1. Okay, so this is the important rule. You must remember that minus 1 raised to the power even number is always 1. Examples: minus 1 raised to the power 100 is 1, minus 1 raised to the power 1000, that is also 1. Okay, if someone is asking you minus 1 raised to the power 20 lakh, so that then answer will be 1, because it is the case when minus 1 is having the even power. Now come to 8th point, minus 1 or raised to the power odd number, that is minus 1. So let us understand this with taking first odd number, that is 1. It means minus 1 is multiplied one time, so it will be minus 1. Now let us take next odd number, that is minus 1 raised to the power 3. So it means minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1. Here I am observing that I am multiplying 3 negative sign, means odd number of negative, then the result is a negative number. And now multiply the numerical value, 1 into 1 into 1, that is 1. So minus 1 into minus 1 into minus 1 is minus 1. Okay, you can prove this for taking any even power, any odd power, the result is always minus 1. Okay, now come to the next point of the summary. After these laws, we have learned about standard form of an exponential number. Standard form means which is accepted worldwide. Okay, so any number can be expressed as a decimal number between 1 and 10, including 1, multiplied by a power of 10. Then such form of a number is called its standard form or scientific notation. This is the second name of standard form, that is scientific notation. So let us read it again. When any number is expressed as a decimal number between 1 and 10 and multiplied by the power of 10, then such form of a number is standard form or scientific notation. Okay, so this is a standard form because this is a decimal number which is lying between 1 to 10, 1 and 10, and this is also multiplied with the power of 10. So this is the standard form. Now how you will write the standard form? Suppose I have given a huge number, this number I have given, and I have to write this in standard form, or you can say scientific notation. So first thing, you have to convert this number you have to express this number in decimal number that is lying between 1 to 10, 1 and 10. So that is same number you have to take. So in any number, whenever the decimal is not in between the digit, then it is understood that the decimal is at the end. Okay, for that we have to shift the decimal here to make this number lying between 1 to 10. So how many places this decimal got shifted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this got shifted by 8 digits. So the power will represent the places the decimal got shifted. Okay, so it got shifted by how many places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 places the decimal point gets shifted. So it will be 10 to the power 8 and multiplied 3.245, as we have to convert this number in between 1 to 10, decimal number between 1 to 10, and it's up to you if you are writing the same number as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into 10 to the power 8. These are the same thing. Okay, because you can put these zeros at the end also, and if you are not putting, that is also correct, because after the decimal 0 does not have any value. So this is the standard form. Okay, so this is all about the summary. Now let us discuss two important concepts that are not in NCERT. So let us discuss them. For understanding first concept, let us consider an example. Okay, question in the form of question I am taking this concept. Suppose 1 by 5 raised to the power 5 into 1 to the power 5, 1 over 5 raised to the power 19 is equal to this. This is the equation I have given. Okay, in the question, this is the equation because there is a sign of equality. So this is known as equation, and we have to find the value of n. These types of questions are not in NCERT. So I am explaining one of the question, and same type of question I will provide you in the assignment. So this is LHS on the left side, so it is LHS, and this is RHS on the right side of the equation. Now I am observing that I can apply law of exponent here on LHS, because here I am observing I am having same base 1 by 5. Okay, this is not an integer, this is a rational number. This you will learn in chapter rational number. What are rational numbers? So this is 1 by 5, this is 1 by 5, and we have multiplication in between, and these are same bases, so the powers get added. Okay, so first step, I will solve the left hand side. This is my left hand side. Here the bases are same, so I will add the power. So it will be 1 by 5, 5 plus 19. I have applied this law that a raised to the power m into a raised to the power n, that is equals to a raised to the power m plus n. Now LHS we have is 1 by 5 raised to the power 24. Okay, this I have solved, this left side I have solved, and this will become 1 by 5 raised to the power 24. Now it is given that this left side is equal to this one, so I have just equate them. 1 by 5 raised to the power 24 is equal to 1 by 5 n. Now this is the main concept that we have to learn, that whenever in an equation the bases are same, then powers will be also same. Okay, whenever the bases are same, then the powers are also equal. Here the bases are same, that is 1 by 5 and 1 by 5, and this is an equation, so the powers must be same. So here if the bases are same, then the powers will also be same, so n is equal to 24. So n is 24 is the value of n. Okay, so this is your question. Now what important result we have learned, that when if two exponential numbers are equal, if two exponential numbers are equal having same basis, then powers are also equal. Okay, then powers are also equal. In exponential number, if you have two exponential numbers equal having same basis, then the powers are also equal. Okay, this is the concept. Now next one is if you are having, next concept I am saying, if you are having any number with negative power, then how you will solve that kind of exponential number. If you have any number raised to the power negative number, so for making the power negative, for making the power positive, just we have to do the reciprocal of the base, then the power get converted into positive. Okay, here the power is negative and here the base is 1, a. So how to make the power positive? This can be written as 1 by a. Just take the reciprocal of the base, the power will become positive. Okay, how to make the negative power positive? Just do the reciprocal of the base, then the power will be positive. Let us consider an example. Suppose we have given 2 by 3 raised to the power minus 7, and I have to convert this in positive power. So that is equal to 3 by 2 raised to the power 7, because I have converted this negative power into positive. For that I have taken the reciprocal. Reciprocal means, this also we have learned in chapter fraction and decimal. Reciprocal means numerator, and when numerator and denominator get interchanged, okay, numerator will become denominator and denominator will become numerator. That is the reciprocal. Okay, so let me take one more example. If I am saying find the value of 3 raised to the power minus 2. So how you will solve it? First I will make the power positive. For that I have to take the reciprocal of the base. So it will be 1 by 3 raised to the power 2. Okay, 1 by 3 raised to the power 2 means 1 by 3 is multiplied twice. So it will be 1 by 9. Okay, this is how to solve an exponential number having negative power. Okay, this I want to explain. So summary of the chapter is completed now. Now I will provide you the assignment. So this is your assignment. So first one, section A. This is section A. You write it down as section A. And this includes one word question. This is only the, you have to think and then answer. Okay. So this is your question number 1. Question number 2 you are having is, this is your question number 2. Only in one statement, or you can say one word. one word, this is not possible in maths, but in one statement you can give the answer. Okay, so this is your question number 1. This is question number 2. Question number 3. This I want to explain in standard form, or you can say scientific notation. The number this, the decimal is here in this case, is written as 7.21054 into 10 to the power n. N means the decimal at how many places the decimal got shifted. So I have to, here the decimal is given. Now I have to shift this decimal here to make the number lying between 1 to 10. So how many places it will shift? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it has to shift by 4 places. So the value of n will be 4. Okay. Come to fourth question. Square. Square means raised to the power 2. You have to find the value of square of minus 2 by 3 is dash. Question number 5. This is MCQ. This you have to solve. Just you have to remember the laws of exponent, and according to that you have to tick the correct option. This is 5th question of section A. Now come to 6th question. Question number 6 you are having is this. This is fill in the blanks. You have to fill this this blank. Okay. Question number 7. This includes 2 parts. You have to write in exponential form. Question number 8. Again in standard form you have to convert, or you can say scientific notation. Question number 9. Question number 10. This is your question number 10. Now one thing, you are sending the homework, and here in that I am observing that most of the students are making mistake in multiplication of negative and positive integer. Okay, so you have to watch the lecture of integers to make the concept clear about multiplication of negative and positive integers. This is your question number 10. Now come to section B. These are not one statement question. So this is your question number 11. This type I have explained today. This type of question number 11. Now come to the next question, that is question number 12. Question number 12 you have is simplify and express each of the following in exponential form. And wherever you are applying the laws, you have to mention with the solution part. Otherwise marks will be deducted. Okay, wherever you are using, mention it. This is A part, this is B part, this is C part. Question number 13 you have is, this is A part, and I have written the answers also. This is how to simplify. First you have to make the number, each number as a power of prime. Okay, so this is, you have to simplify. This is its answer. B part you are having is this, and C part, that is, this is C part, and its answer is 25 by 8 A cube, or you can read it as 25 by 8 into a raised to the power 3. So this is your question number 13. Now that is all about the assignment. Now come to the homework. Homework you have is solve this assignment, that is assignment 1 of chapter 13 in your homework notebook. Okay, you have to solve the assignment, and in the next lecture I will provide you the solution, and on Wednesday you have the test of this chapter, and the test will not be online. You will get your test through YouTube channel, so prepare for that also. So this is your homework. You have to do the homework, and you have to send the pics of your homework on my email ID. So this is all about the summary lecture of chapter 13. Thank you.